Welcome back to the channel. We're Billy and Leanne and we live full time in our van, and we are currently taking you along with us on Scotland's NC500. We're doing Scotland's NC500 out of season, which means some places are closed, but it means we get all the natural beauty to ourselves. And we're taking you along with us because we post new vlogs every single Monday. Join us this week for some more mind-blowing Scottish scenery on the west coast of Scotland's NC500. Although, are we as welcome as we think in a camper van? Luckily, we found a motorhome stopover point called Loch Clash, and it is £5 to dispose of your black water and fill up with fresh water, and you pay in the local spa shop. So that's really helped us out because we didn't know where we was going to empty our toilet because all of the campsites are closed. Also, if you want to stay a night with electric hookup, it's only £15 and £10 without, and you have this lovely view. Look at that. We are happy as Larry. After finding this gem of a motorhome stop in Kinlochbervie, we headed into town for some local fish and chips. The sunset that evening was absolutely beautiful, the food was delicious, and the next morning we woke up nice and early to go and check out one of the UK's best beaches.
So we're finally on the west coast of Scotland. And it's got so amazing. The views have just got better and better the further west that we've got.
So we parked up at a little spot earlier to get some work done. That was absolutely insane. And now we've come to our night spot, and this is even more mad.
This is absolutely crazy. I feel like I'm in the middle of a mountain. This spot is just down the road from Handa Island, which is a wildlife reserve. A wildlife reserve for birds. Birds nest there, and all summer apparently. Birds nest there. You can see puffins there, you can see all different kinds of wildlife.
But not puffins at the moment because they only come in summer.
No roads there, it's literally, I think you just walk around it as a wild reserve. So that's pretty cool.
So we're going to chill, unpack, and then later we're going to get a fire on.
Yeah, it's got to be the spot for the fire. I've been waiting to do a fire all week.
So Bill has just been sitting here for the last 45 minutes looking at this golden eagle that was on top of the mountain over here, right? And it has not moved, and he's been waiting for it to fly. And he just looked away for like 2 minutes. And
it must have darted down. It was looking the other way. It must have darted down the other side, because now I feel like we're making it up.
Oh my god.
I'm so close to seeing it fly.
What are the chances? He just turned around and went, oh, it's gone. Ah.
Oh my god.
Oh look, with your binoculars in hand. Oh. Excited to have our first fire of the trip in our raised barbecue. We got the logs burning and some dinner on.
Best dinner spot yet?
Definitely. This is amazing. It's so funny because we've been like waiting for the perfect spot, and every time we're like, shall we?
We had a really good night last night. We had our first fire of the trip, which was lovely. Didn't get to see the Northern Lights. Hopefully we get to see them on the trip though.
But we did see a golden eagle.
Oh yeah, we see a golden eagle. It's absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. And then I was watching it on a perch over there and then bloody missed it flying off. What we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to Loch Inver. We're gonna go to Loch Inver, and on the way there's a few little stops we want to go to. There's some waterfalls. We're probably gonna base ourselves around Loch Inver for a couple of days. There's a nice little pie shop as well that we want to go to, the world famous pie shop. So we're gonna head that way and then see what we can find.
All I want in this whole life, a little red house in a country wife, a picnic table out on the lawn, a couple of kids and a couple of dogs, work all day to 5:30, a chain link fence and a gravel drive.
The further west we travelled on the NC500, the more amazing the drives. With nothing but scenery for miles, you can't help but feel like you've been transported back in time. By far, one of our most favourite things to do was scream at each other on the drives at how amazing all of the scenery was. Our long wheelbase Big Bez did not struggle with the width of the roads at all. The great thing we found about Scottish roads was the amount of passing places when it comes to a tight and narrow road. But anyway, I'll stop rambling as we take Big Bez and you across Kylesku Bridge, one of Scotland's most famous bridges.
I'm old, tackle box and a fishing pole. I don't care about the fortune or fame. I just don't wanna know my mailman's name. At Christmas time, I'm gonna leave him a gingerbread cookie. It don't sound like much, but it sure is heaven to me. Every now and then go on a vacation, big radio and a country station, hot dog grilling in the noonday sun, drink a little beer, boy, have a little fun. Some folks worry about getting dead.
Wow!
But I'm gonna live a little before I'm dead. And anyway, they say the best things in life are free. It don't sound like much, but it sure is heaven to me.
Waterfall is absolutely insane. I'm not going to try and pronounce it because we'll definitely bodge it, so I'll put the name of it here, but it's absolutely mental, isn't it?
This is one of the best waterfalls I think I've seen.
This is better than ones we've seen in Thailand and Bali, mate.
You wouldn't believe this was in Scotland, would you?
No way.
Absolutely crazy.
It was absolutely unbelievable.
How good were them waterfalls? Well, that waterfall.
Honestly, and it's only literally like a 5-minute walk from the road. The only thing I would say is if you're not a strong walker, it might be a bit difficult for you because it's quite rocky in some places, but so worth it. It's absolutely gorgeous. What's the plan now?
I don't know where we're going to go now. We'll just see what's on the road, I suppose. It seems like now that you're driving around and there's just loads of little things you can do off the road.
Yeah, like stop-off points.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's made my day.
That was unbelievable.
So, waterfall done. Onto Ardbrick Castle.
Ardbrick Castle.
I don't know if that's how you say it. Nestled between the shores of Loch Assynt and the looming peaks of the Quinag, Ardbrick Castle is rumoured to be haunted. This castle was once home to the MacLeods of Assynt. They chose the land well as it was easily defendable. However, the Mackenzies of Westeros were brave enough to besiege the castle and took residence inside. Although they soon discovered that the MacLeods had not left at all, for a couple of ghostly presences remained behind to haunt its walls. Ardbrick was even hit by lightning in 1795, and all that remains is a finger-like structure pointing accusingly in the sky.
Loch Inver.
Time for some pies!
Let's go get some world famous pies. So I've gone for a haggis chicken and sweet corn. I thought, you know what, I'm in Scotland, I haven't tried haggis yet, so let's try the pie. It's meant to just taste peppery. Whoa, look at that. It smells unbelievable. Right, I'm gonna cut haggis in. Bang him.
Nice.
Tastes like stuffing. Nice, isn't it?
Nice, yeah.
It is peppery.
Nice, isn't it?
They done a cauliflower cheese one as well.
Ah, what? Oh, it's got mushrooms in it. I'm going to be...
It's a good pie. So them pies were delicious.
Pies demolished in about 10 minutes.
I'm in a food coma now though.
After our delicious pies from Lochinvalada, we headed to a geopark. This particular geopark was absolutely stunning. Just look at those views. And with a sign that welcomed overnight parking in your motorhome for a donation, we took the chance. However, despite this road being super quiet, it was definitely not as peaceful as we'd initially thought. We'd already had a few bibs along the NC500, and we are used to it as we live in our van. However, it was quite different in this spot, as they were from the same two cars and they weren't quite as jolly, leaving us to think that maybe you're not so welcome to stay overnight in your motorhome if you leave a donation.
So we're just leaving our park up that we stayed at last night. It wasn't the most peaceful park up. We had 3 bibs on the road, even though that you're allowed to stay here. We've had that quite a lot now in Scotland. On the notice board it says that you're allowed to stay here for a £5, but the locals don't seem too happy about it. So we're going to head now to Melvick Beach, which is just around the corner, and there's a few little bits we want to do around here. There's a lighthouse, we've got some waterfalls. So we're going to head to the beach, do a little hike, and then probably spend a couple of days exploring this area. So we thought this was Melvick, but we don't think it actually is Melvick Bay, is it?
Clacktoll Beach.
Clacktoll Beach. Maybe it's all part of the same beach. Still a lovely beach though. Golden sands, look at that.
It's unreal, isn't it?
It's lovely.
We're the only ones here as well.
Yeah, I think this place gets really busy in the summer, so it's probably quite lucky that there's no one here.
Yeah.
I think the locals are getting a bit pissed off with the motorhomes. I've been speaking to a couple of them. I had a conversation with a guy the other day and he said that he sees someone taking a dump on a passing place. So I think that's why they're all getting annoyed.
I'm not surprised, mate. That's just wrong.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful beach. Absolutely amazing.
Stunning.
We're going to leave Melvick Beach now.
It's not. It's Clacktoll.
It's Clacktoll Beach. So we're going to leave this spot now. It's starting to rain. The weather's not too good today. So we're going to head a little bit further up north to a lighthouse that we want to visit, which looks pretty cool.
And try and find Melvick, I think.
That wasn't Melvick at all. We completely messed that one up. That is a complete different beach and we're about 20 minutes away from Melvick. I don't know how we managed that.
This is Clacktoll Beach.
This is Clacktoll Beach.
But it's a really lovely beach.
But it's still beautiful. I don't know how we thought that we was coming to Melvick.
I don't either.
I've just assumed that, I looked on the map last night and it seemed that Melvick was the next one up, so I followed the road and we've come to this beach instead. We're going to head further up the coast to Store Lighthouse.
It's a dizzying day. I would give a lot to get away.
You can rent the lighthouse apparently now. Should we move in? Rent it out for a night, or is it rent? It must be like an Airbnb. It's brand new. It's really well looked after. Yeah, they all seem to have this colour scheme around Scotland. The last one we went to did.
Thank you so much for watching this week's video. If you enjoyed, please give us a like and consider subscribing as we post new vlogs every Monday. Join us next week as we take possibly the most boggiest path in our lifetime to the most beautiful falls, nearly get blown into the sea at a gorgeous park up, and take you along with us to explore some of the most beautiful places that the NC500 has to offer. Stay tuned for later in the series when we are really unprepared for our first experience of proper Scottish snow. It really comes down. Don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you all next week.